Walls, Katie Pavlich, and former Biden surrogate Kevin Walling. Great to have you both. Here's a headline from the AP. Obama's balancing act. Obama's dilemma, balancing Democrats' worry about Biden and maintaining influence with the president. And then a close friend of Biden said this, Kevin. I want to get your take on it. Now, this is a close friend of Biden. He says his choice is to be one of history's heroes or to be sure of the fact that there will never be a Biden presidential library. I pray that he does the right thing. He's headed that way. So that's his friend basically saying he should do the right thing by withdrawing. But his campaign manager's just on TV 20 minutes ago saying, no, they're full steam ahead.
Yeah, I watched bits of that interview with Jen O'Malley Dillon, who was talking about their field campaign, the fact that they have knocked over 100,000 doors just this past week. So they're focused on that kind of messaging. I think at the same time, Dana, to your point, maybe giving the president a little bit of space. I don't think anyone is going to push the president out, but I think that the reporting about Speaker Pelosi, about former President Obama maybe pulling him in the direction of kind of maybe rethinking this, especially, you know, at home in Rehoboth, COVID diagnosis, really kind of taking some time to think through this might be, you know, what we see in the next couple of hours and days.
Seems to me like they're watching the polls, and maybe on a national level they haven't moved that much. I think in the battleground states perhaps they have, however. And what she said, that the movement has been little since the debate.
Right.
And I think maybe a decision comes down to that.
Well, it's been little in the sense that Joe Biden has not caught up any ground at all, and President Trump is winning outside the margin of error in a number of these swing states. But for Biden, none of these other candidates beat Trump either. And he's been saying since all of this push, since the debate started happening, that, look, if you can show me the data, if our argument is that we want to beat Donald Trump, that someone else is better to do that, then I'm happy to have that conversation and consider it. The data doesn't show that right now. Kamala Harris is, of course, being floated as a potential option. Logistically, this is a complete nightmare for the Democrats. She's the only one who can actually take over the campaign funds while you have all this talk that she can't be the nominee. There wants to be this open convention and a fight, which really begs the question, if she's not qualified to be the nominee, then why is she qualified to be the vice president, ultimately could be the president in that position? So I think they're actually being very unfair to President Biden. There are reports that Joe Biden and former President Barack Obama haven't spoken since the debate, that relationship has been very frayed. And let's remember, these are the same people who have pushed Biden out before. They pushed him out in 2015. You feel like he got a raw deal. So we're hearing a lot that he's considering getting out, but we haven't heard from him directly, and we actually haven't heard from Barack Obama directly either.
But there are some differences now, and that is that the reason is it's not just because he could lose, Kevin. It's because people are saying that he can't possibly serve for another 4 years. The other day, I said that the Democrats are running a lemon law campaign. They know that this is a faulty product, that it won't be able to get off the lot, and yet they're asking Democrats to go knock on doors and to donate their money and to get ready to vote for somebody that they know is not going to be able to do it and might not even be capable of doing it now.
Yeah, Dana, and we see that reflected in the polls. You know, I'm a Biden guy. You know, I love the guy. I was probably one of the only millennials to support him in the primary in 2020, knocking on doors in Iowa and in New Hampshire. So this is tough for me, right, personally, seeing this play out. But polls don't lie in terms of what we're seeing. And, you know, the fact that, and I think you're seeing the argument from the Biden campaign that, you know, Secretary Clinton, for example, was leading, you know, the former president by 9 points at this point back in 2016. 100+ days until the election is an eternity in politics. But that fundamental notion that folks don't really think that he is up for the next 4 years is certainly problematic.
31 days to Chicago. 31 days
1 month away.
To the Monday, day one in Chicago. That's a lot to figure out, and what will be a very compressed 4 weeks' time.
Well, for Democrats, they've had a really hard time keeping their coalition together, whether it's people not being enthused to go out to vote for Joe Biden, or whether it's that Donald Trump is peeling off voters in the coalitions that are typically voting for Democrats. And now they have this problem where they have to figure out, A, if they're going to unify against a single candidate, they have to make that decision. Then there's logistics of the lawsuits that will inevitably come when they try to transfer all of this money. So they have to decide if this is really something they want to do and if it will actually fix the problem that they are now faced with. And it's a big risk. I mean, are the American people really going to buy that, oh, all of a sudden Joe Biden wasn't capable after the debate, even though people could see this for certainly over the past 6 months, but the last couple of years. Now, all of a sudden, they just want to plug in a new nominee. And also, Democratic voters are saying, aren't we the party of democracy? You're just going to rip this nomination away from him. And Biden's the one who has to give up his delegates. They can't take that away from him.
I'm here for it all.
It's
I
going to
know.
be exciting,
On
no
Chicago.
matter what, the next
Yeah,
100
great
plus
to have
days.
you both. Thank you.
Good to
Have a
see you.
great weekend.
Exciting, confusing, confounding, a lot of other words I can think
Exactly.
about off the air. Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.